Last year there was a type of tactic that demolished everyone, and I've made a new version for FM23. How's the beta treating you guys? So we've had a little look around. I'm getting to grips with the match engine. Not fully. And a few tactics are starting to work. One of the most popular last year was the Zeo tactic. There is the Zeo remix. That is last season's tactic. Yes, I tried it in this year's match engine, and yes, it did alright. So my message to you is that will work, but there's a caveat. In this match engine, the AI will react to things you're doing. If it's 2 behind or 1 behind and you're giving them a bit of a battering, expect a complete shift in momentum. So you can't just stick to one tactic like the Zeo and expect it to smash through the season and win. Now, having said that, I did holiday this season just to check if the tactic was going to work, and you can see there it won 30 out of 38, 92 points. However, if you look a little bit deeper into it, we can see that they scored 120 goals, which is fantastic, but they did concede 44 as well. For a title winning team, that's a heck of a lot. So what that says to me is that Zeo Remix is a formidable tactic and formation, and probably one I will keep in one of the free slots, but I wanted to make one that's a little bit more solid we can start with and maybe chuck it to the Zeo Remix if we need a goal. So starting up again with the same team Inter, and if you're wondering why it's Inter in beta, I always choose a big team to try and work out the match engine and get a nice tactic flowing. Weird, right? There's 2 of me, but that is me live on Twitch testing the Zeo tactic and tweaking it so we can see if it worked in match. After 13 matches, I've got a pretty good grasp that the tactic's going to work. We've won 12, losing only 1. But most importantly, if we look at a bit more detail, you can see we've scored 39, so it's banging in basically 3 goals a match, but we've only conceded 7, which is hardly any. That's less than nearly half a goal a game, so absolutely rocking with that. Have we cracked it? The answer to that is yes and no. Yes, in that this final version is the final version I'm happy with. I will start matches with this. But you will definitely need a back-off version of that, whether it's a change in mentality, a defensive line. You're going to need to have a think about it and get one that can hold games as well as attack. And I'll be honest with you, that version of the tactic, I'm still working on it. It's here at the minute. I'm kind of thinking going this way where I drop the Shadow Striker back in. Everything else is the same other than the completely different team instructions. I'll let you have a good look at those shortly to see what you think. At this point, thanks for subscribing to the channel. All these tactics are downloadable for channel members. So this is a new one I've came up with. You can see the halfback in there. He drops back from the deep line playmaker role of the original tactic, but he's still going to take more risks on him. We'll go for all the play instructions later on. He's absolutely vital though, because he drops in between the centre backs, allows the centre backs to bomb on, because that's what ball playing centre backs do this year, and it allows the wing backs to bomb on as well. So that's a cool new role. Look out for a video on that one coming soon. Now you'll notice I now have 3 slots. I've got the new Zeo tactic here. I've got last year's because I know that works if I'm chasing a goal, but it's a bit open at the back. And I've got the working one that I'm still working on to shut games down. But this one here is the main one, and the key positions is that halfback and these 2 ball playing centre backs. You can't just throw any centre back in there. It would be absolute carnage. They've got to be good on the ball, decent dribbling, good technique, good first touch, which is why this is probably not the sort of tactic this year in FM for lower league teams, because you get some lower league centre backs trying to play like this, mamma mia. So all these player instructions will be on the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we'll concentrate on the team instructions. Now, mentality is attacking. This is subjective. If you're a guy who prefers balance, please do so. Remember, this is not the all-seeing eye. This is just a template for you to build your narrow tactic. In possession, we're fairly wide. I'm going to up the tempo to standing for most matches to higher, but games that are a bit more 50-50, we will drop that back. We've got double overlap on either side just to provide some width, working that ball into the box and being more expressive, because we are a good team. If your team aren't that talented, because this is Inter Milan after all, by all means, take that off. In transition, super aggressive. It's counter brass and counter. I am taking that off if we get a 2-goal lead, but for now it stays on. Out of possession, we start on high and high. Remember, because we are chasing that goal initially. We won't drop a line back, rather we'll change into a different formation, but for now, that's the way we go. If we're getting heavily attacked down the flanks, we may trap inside. It all depends on the situation of the match. It's doing the business at the minute, crew, for Inter Milan. Haven't really tested it on other teams yet, but I wanted to get a tactic out to give you some ideas to build your narrow tactic And I want you to come back at me and tell me how you're going to make that a more defensive solid one as well. Remember, we've got the 3 tactics now in one kind of formation. So we've got, this is 0-23 with the halfback. When we're going super aggressive, we lose that halfback, it changes to a deep line playmaker. When we're trying to hold it up, this is the current working one. Not fully sold on it yet. So if you come up with one, do let me know in the Discord. But for now, I will leave you with the player instructions from This Is 0-23. They are the same player instructions for Zio Remix. I hope that's given you some ideas, crew. I'll never give you a tactic that will beat everyone, win you every trophy, but hopefully it gives you some ideas on how to build your narrow tactic. Loads more to come, including very soon halfback versus anchorman role video. Loads more. See you soon.